Good afternoon, all, and welcome to my Chapter 3 presentation, Understanding My Community, by Josh Wilbert. To begin, knowing customs and traditions. My community is the Wichita community. It was founded in 1863, incorporated in 1870, settled by hunters, farmers, and Native Americans. Wichita's population exploded when Jesse Chisholm founded the cattle trading route, the Chisholm Trail, which went through Wichita. It is the largest city in the state of Kansas, and it is really the industrial center in the state of Kansas. It is a conservative community, like many in the state of Kansas, driven economically by manufacturing. It is home to multiple universities, museums, and entertainment venues. There's plenty to experience here in Wichita. The Wichita Public School System, our mission statement is the work of Wichita Public Schools is to empower all students with the 21st century skills and knowledge necessary for success by providing a coherent, rigorous, safe, and nurturing, culturally responsive, and inclusive learning community. We are an urban district. It is the largest in the state, serving 50,749 students. Some of the demographics of our students: we have 34% Caucasian students, 33.1% Hispanic, 18.3% African American, 4.5% Asian, and 1.2% Native American. Curriculum focuses on the 21st century skills in a safe and nurturing environment, as stated in our mission statement, that is truly culturally responsive and inclusive. Traditions that we have in the Wichita Public Schools, traditions such as academics. We have many fine institutions that have accomplished quite a bit, and athletics also. Also, we have traditions of community service initiatives, teaming up with the United Way and United Methodists on a number of different initiatives throughout the year. No population characteristics. The demographics of the city of Wichita, population of the city is 385,316. That's the city itself. The Wichita metropolitan area has 672,393 in its population. We are 50.7% female and 49.3% male. Ethnicity of the city of Wichita: 71.9% Caucasian, 15.3% Hispanic, 11.5% African American, 4.8% Asian, and 1.2% Native American. The dominant religions in Wichita: 30% Catholic, 15% Southern Baptist, 13% Methodist, and then 42% other belief systems. Home language: 15.9% of the populations speak a language other than English in their home, which seems to be a standard number there. Educational level: 87.1% high school graduates, 28.3% of the population have a bachelor's degree or higher. Wichita Public School System school enrollment. Again, our enrollment numbers: 50,749 students, or 11% of all public school students in the state of Kansas. We have 25,790 male students and 24,959 female students. 77.9% of the student population was approved for free and reduced lunch this past school year, which I believe is a pretty darn high number, but pretty accurate or pretty characteristic of an urban school. Occupation in this city of Wichita: 1 is manufacturing, 2 is government, and 3 is education. And 16.5% of Wichitans live below the poverty level. No communication channels. Wichita Public Schools district website is posted here, is linked to this presentation. We also have social media sites. We are on Facebook and Twitter, and you can see the links provided here also. The City of Wichita website is provided, and again, the City of Wichita is also using social media to their benefit. They have a Facebook and Twitter account, again linked to this page. Radio and television. Approximately 60 AM and FM stations are available in Wichita and the surrounding areas. The television stations: we have KWCH, KAKE, we have KSN, Fox Kansas, MyTV Wichita, KPTS, and many others. Print journalism. The Wichita Eagle is our main newspaper. And the Splurge magazine is a newer publication about life in the city of Wichita. Foreign language impact is dependent upon community pockets, or at least what I labeled pockets. We do have pockets of Asian neighborhoods, Hispanic neighborhoods, where foreign language is dominant and influential in those areas. And the majority of the news information comes from television and print, but of course, like many communities, web sources are growing. Knowing community groups. The City of Wichita community groups. There are more than 50 active community groups in the City of Wichita, and they include the Knights of Columbus, the Lions Club, Masonic Society, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts of America, just to name a few. Wichita Public School policy. Policy is determined by the USD 259 School Board, Kansas State Department of Education, and the federal government. I noted Northeast Magnet's district board member here, and that's Lynn W. Rogers, and our state board member, who is Jim McNeese, actually happens to be a former principal at Northeast Magnet. And board policy is influenced by students, parents, employees, community stakeholders, and labor unions in the Wichita Public Schools. School organizations. We have a number of different school organizations that are district-wide, and we have a number of organizations at Northeast Magnet, where I teach, that are specific to us. And we have the Superintendent's Advisory Council. It's made up of a cross-section of students that advise the superintendent on a number of different topics. We have the Principal's Advisory Council, which does the same, only to the principal, of course. We have booster clubs, we have Big Brothers Big Sisters, we have Circle of Friends, we have JROTC membership, and at Northeast specifically we have multiple clubs and groups. I am the president. Well, I guess I'm not necessarily the president, but I am the sponsor of Northeast Magnet's Multicultural Club, and we have a number of clubs, I would say 20 plus clubs at our school that are active and involved. Finance and the implementation of the Kansas Career and College Readiness Standards are a great concern throughout the district at this point. We feel like we are in a time of transition between our former state standards and the new standards coming through, and there's a little bit of uncertainty. We're working really hard with these standards. Unfortunately, little is known about the testing side of this. We had struggles with that last year, and we're looking to learn as much as we can as to how our students are ultimately going to be assessed. Knowing the leadership in my community. The City of Wichita leadership, we have Mayor Carl Brewer, and this is a link to his webpage. The Wichita City Council, a link to their webpage also. Wichita Public Schools, Superintendent John Allison. Our school board members are Betty Arnold, Joy Eakins, Barbara Fuller, Jeff Davis, Mike Rodee, Lynn W. Rogers, again, the representative for Northeast Magnet High School, and Cheryl Logan. And as one of the largest employers in the area, the decisions of USD 259 influences hundreds of thousands of Wichitans through, of course, educational initiatives, financial initiatives, and boundary and bond initiatives. And so the decisions made by our school board and that are passed down to community stakeholders, it affects a number of people. Now, community leaders' characteristics. Wichita community leaders, some are homegrown, some are transplanted Wichitans. Community leaders are visible throughout the community and accessible through multiple channels of communication. Some of them have already been mentioned. They must manage the diverse concerns and needs of a large population. USD 259 community leaders, again, homegrown and transplanted Wichitans. School leaders are also visible throughout the community and accessible through the aforementioned channels of communication on previous slides. They must acknowledge and address the diverse concerns of a diverse stakeholder population. We are a very diverse community, and that comes along with very diverse concerns. And both city and school leadership promote a shared vision of government and education. Economic conditions. City of Wichita, income and jobs. The median household income is $46,218 in the city. 16.5% of the population lives below the poverty level, as noted earlier. The most recent unemployment information has us at a 5.6 unemployment rate. Economy, again, is driven by manufacturing, governmental, and educational industries. Housing. 61.6% of Wichitans are homeowners. The median value of homes is $117,000. Property tax rate is $1,465 per year based on the median home value, and there are 2.49 persons per household on average. Sedgwick County, Kansas. More specific tax information can be obtained at the link here, sedgwickcounty.org. And Wichita Public Schools budget and finance information can be found at the link provided on this page also. The political structure of the City of Wichita. City policy is determined by the mayor and city council, of course, and that includes city finance. The adopted budget for the city of Wichita can be found at the link that I provided, and again, it's a dense document spanning more than 650 pages. Kansas Public Schools. Schools policy is established by a combination of federal, state, and local initiatives. More now than ever, the operation of Kansas and Wichita schools are controlled by the political decisions of Republican Governor Sam Brownback, and I have a link here to his website. Governor Brownback recently signed into law a bill eliminating teachers' rights to due process, and that's something that is a hot topic at this point. State revenues are down more than $300 million over the past 3 months, due in large part to the governor's tax initiatives. And if this trend continues, it will surely lead to funding cuts in multiple public services, and that includes education. Base state aid per pupil in the state of Kansas is at a near record low at $3,838 per pupil, and far short of the judicially ordered $4,492. Can we separate politics from education? And the answer to that question is clearly it's very difficult to separate politics and education, if at all. To continue the political structure, the Wichita Public Schools school policy is influenced by a combination of federal, state, and local initiatives. Again, legislation at the state level has greatly influenced the operation of Wichita Public Schools. Total expenditures, operating expenses for the 2013-14 fiscal year exceeded $630 million. State and federal aid for the 2013-2014 school year was approximately $450 million. While income is received in other forms, any decrease in funding to Wichita's public schools could lead to another round of catastrophic cuts to programs and employment. Knowing social tensions. City tensions and public school tensions tend to mirror one another. Racial tension is limited. Wichita has always been a diverse urban city. Wouldn't necessarily say that we live in a racial utopia, but racial tension is just, it's limited. You don't hear a lot of information about racial tension. Gang violence fluctuates within the city limits from year to year. The Wichita Public Schools is experiencing all-time lows in reported gang activity. Specifically, at Northeast Magnet, we've had no instances of gang activity, and because of our diverse community, our diverse school, we have no real reported issues with cliques. Bullying education and prevention programs have been established to combat the increase in these instances. We do a very good job district-wide and at Northeast with bullying education and prevention. Instances of discrimination within schools in the Wichita community go largely unreported. No instances have been documented at my high school, particularly throughout the previous school year. Most of the tension within the Wichita Public Schools and Northeast Magnet High School specifically are a reflection of the state's political tension. A lot of things that are happening within the state are affecting education, and that's starting to show in the schools. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation, listen to my presentation. I have a couple of pages of resources that I used in compiling this, and I would like to say thank you again and have a good rest of the day.